Hey everyone, I'm going to just do a quick walkthrough on creating a table in SQL Pro. The process is pretty similar if you're using MySQL Workbench or the PHP MyAdmin web interface. I know some of you have not had experience working with databases, so I just wanted to do a quick walkthrough, just how do you create tables, how do you create columns, and that sort of thing. So I'm going to start off using the same music database that we've been working with, and in SQL Pro we click the plus sign down here, and I'll just create a table called products. And then for the products, it's going to every time you create a table, it's going to create a column called ID. This is auto incrementing, so every time a new record is added to this table, it'll have just a new ID that's auto incrementing from the previous number, and it starts off, I think, at 1. Okay, so let's start giving this products table some columns. So every product will probably have a name, and a name is going to be a string. So a string in MySQL, it's called a varchar, and we can give this any number of characters, but let's maybe do 200 just to be safe. We can say, do we want this field to be null, or do we always want to require a value? I think that's fine. Okay, so let's do another one. Description. So every product will have a description. Now we could use a varchar and just give it a really high character length, or alternatively we can just say you can use the text data type. Okay, we'll do another one. Every product will probably have a price, and a price is basically a decimal number, so the type for that would be float. And so do we want this to have a null value? Let's just say no, and then the default value will just be 0. Let's do another one. We can call this likes, and then a likes is basically an integer, so we can just give it the int type, and then for the default value it'll be 0, and we won't allow null. Okay, and then one more, we can say we can give it a timestamp, maybe something like created at. So when was this product added to the database? And so there's another field for this called date time. And so that should be probably the data types that you'll likely use for your project. There's a few other ones that you can kind of look through, but I'd say these are the more common ones. So let's add a quick record for this. So I just double click on the row. I'm going to click on this content tab, and then now we can basically fill it in kind of like an Excel sheet. So I'll say my product, okay, and then I'll kind of tab over to the description. I'll say my product's description. Hit OK. For the price, let's give it $9.99. Likes 55. And then created at, we can say we can use a function called now, and then use 2 parentheses after that. And once I hit enter, it's going to fill in with a timestamp. And we can see our first product. And so this table will kind of be able to list out a bunch of products. Now, and to reconfigure the structure, we can re-add columns whenever we like. You can change the data types and all that sort of thing. So you'll be using kind of these 2 different tabs to work with your table. And of course, you can create more tables by clicking on this plus sign. So hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.